Delegations from Ukraine and Russia meet in Turkey for another round of negotiations. Ukraine says a Russian missile attack has hit an oil depot in the western part of the country.
Ukraine's president says that may signal a new plan of attack for Russian forces in the fifth week of the invasion. WGN's Alyssa Donovan joins us now with the latest. Alyssa?
Yeah, so there's a lot going on with all of this right now. Ukrainian President Zelensky, he's making some moves. He says his country is prepared to consider neutrality heading into these talks with Ukraine and Russia. Meanwhile, the Russian military is focused on gaining control of eastern Ukraine and inching closer to the capture of Mariupol, from which refugees are fleeing as the death toll continues to rise. Ukrainian President Zelensky saying he's ready to compromise on the eastern Donbas region, where Russian military now focusing their attacks. This as representatives from both countries arrive in Istanbul for face-to-face ceasefire negotiations. Roman Abramovich, one of the Ukrainian peace negotiators, in attendance, despite suffering a suspected poisoning after a meeting with Russian diplomats earlier this month. Meanwhile, the number of Ukrainian refugees entering neighboring countries is starting to dwindle.
Certainly we've seen decreasing numbers, but we're still seeing people coming.
Aid workers reporting most of those seeking refuge are women and children.
We have received in the EU 3.8 million refugees from Ukraine. Out of those, half of them are children.
As humanitarian efforts continue in Poland and other bordering countries to help the millions displaced, around 160,000 civilians remain stuck in besieged port city Mariupol. Amid continuous shelling and blockade by Russia, the people there now weeks without electricity and water, living in basements for safety and running out of food.
The situation in Mariupol is just horrific. It's a humanitarian crisis. It's a mass murder that's happening at the hands of the Russians.
As the United Nations call for ceasefire to prevent further loss of life, President Biden stating in an off-script moment that Russian President Putin cannot remain in power. As the White House attempted to walk back his comments today, Biden stood strong on his opinion.
But I want to make it clear, I wasn't then, nor am I now, articulating a policy change. I was expressing the moral outrage that I feel, and I make no apologies for it.
Those negotiations between Ukrainian and Russian leaders are expected to focus on political settlement, the war, and humanitarian issues, including the need to evacuate civilians in cities that are under attack.
Thank you, Alyssa. More news coming up in a minute, but first.